وعليكم السلام.
A member of the group 29 attend here to present the question say that with example of Zanzibar curriculum material discuss differences and similarities between a curriculum framework and educational policy, scheme of work and lesson plan, GDC, scheme of work and syllabus. For my side, I explained the educational policy and the curriculum framework for different and similarities. Before starting, I should need to know the meaning of curriculum material. Curriculum materials are those materials that use the teacher in teaching learning process. For example, scheme of work, lesson plan, textbook, teacher guides, and something like that. For starting the meaning of the educational policy, is the government guidelines that explain aims, goals, and the direction in a country. For example, Zanzibar Educational Policy 2006 it provides a policy like promote quality education for all learners, for example, special need education, and to provide the policy support for education, CBC, competence-based curriculum. For continuing the meaning of the curriculum framework. Curriculum framework that means that it guides that show how educational policy will be implemented in a school. It explains what to teach, how to teach, and to assess the learners. Example of curriculum framework: introduce basic competence-based curriculum and define learning areas, teaching method, and assessment. To continue with the difference between curriculum framework and educational policy. First one, educational policy set national goals of education, but curriculum framework show how goals are achieved in the classroom. And another point is educational policy used at the national level of the government. For example, government uses the policy decided years for compulsory education, but curriculum framework used in school and classroom level. And the last thing, different is educational policy talk about the role, assess quality teachers and funding, but curriculum framework talk about the subject, skills, learning, outcome, and assessment. To continue with the similarities between curriculum framework and the educational policy, both are teaching learning process or and second point is both are improve the quality of education. For example, to see the quality of education in Zanzibar, for example, to use the teaching learning materials. And secondly, points both focus on national development, and all this curriculum is helping to improve the development of the country like in education. The first, when we say syllabus, it means that it's a summary of topics in different subjects. On my side, I continue with differences and similarities between scheme of work and lesson plan. Firstly, I must explain the meaning of scheme of work and lesson plan. Scheme of work is a broad plan outlining topic, objective, and time schedule for specific period, example in term, semester, or year. The meaning of lesson plan is lesson plan is the detailed outlining what teacher will teach in a specific lesson. This helps teacher to deliver the lesson effectively. Example, time allocation for each time and topic or unit to be covered. The difference between scheme of work and lesson plan is scheme of work cover scheme of work cover topics and objectives, while lesson plan cover resource and activities. Another difference is scheme of work guide overall planning, while lesson plan guide delivery of a specific lesson. Also, scheme of work covers a semester or year, but lesson plan is for one lesson. By continuing with similarities between scheme of work and lesson plan is both help teacher to plan and organize their teaching over times. Another point is both guide teacher on what to teach and how. Also, both scheme of work and lesson plan help teacher to acquire the specific learning outcome. And last point is both help teacher to assess in learning. So this is our end of our presentation. Thank you.
Okay, here are the members of this group. For this our work, we say thank you and